Oh boy, the final review for Mario Kart 8. Okay, so yeah, Mario Kart 8 is definitely something, especially considering how much stuff I need to say about it. So let's begin. The main thing you need to draw out of Mario Kart 8, the main reason why it's actually pretty good, is the fact that it embraces change. Because if you notice, Mario Kart DS standardizes a lot of certain game mechanics like the starting boost, drifting, that sort of thing, and even certain item usage, which of course carried over to Mario Kart 7. But for Mario Kart 8, while the starting drift is still the same, while the starting boost is still the same, the drifting is still the same, but what's different now is really like how the items and how course mechanics work. Since due to the anti-gravity stuff, courses can now be made quite drastically different from the usual Mario Kart fare. Although going to Mario Kart 7, we got gliders and the underwater sections, which are fine. However, they don't really add that much to course design. You just only real difference is you can add more holes in it so you can glide over them, or you can put some stuff that you previously can't do. For underwater, for example, go to Donut Plains 3, which is the bane of my existence, and you can actually go underwater now. So now it's a lot less of a drag. But really, just while yes, a lot of good changes and a lot of changes are pretty neat, and I also kind of like Mario Kart 8 for actually realizing that sure like certain game mechanics should be standardized. However, it's not afraid to embrace change, which is pretty good. That's what I kind of like about Mario Kart 8. It's just that it doesn't have to be Mario Kart DS, but better. It doesn't have to be, because what Mario Kart Wii is Mario Kart DS, but better. Well, mechanics wise, and Mario Kart 7 is Mario Kart DS, but with better graphics, of course, better I guess a better somewhat better courses. Well, argue better courses, and there's some of Mario Kart 7 that I actually do like. However, with Mario Kart 8, definitely a lot of changes involved. However, I'm not placing it above Mario Kart DS my favorite game, only because some of the changes I didn't like. And the biggest one is how they nerfed my favorite item in Mario Kart, the triple bananas. Because here's the thing, if you play Mario Kart 8, you would know that, you know how Nintendo really wants somehow nerf first place in general by getting a lot of good items at second place, depending on where you are from your from first place. However, because of that, a lot of items are really badly imbalanced. Because the problem is that how points are so prevalent in first place that it's really hard to get a decent defensive item. And even then, all the decent defense items aren't that good, because the main defensive item, the triple bananas, no longer goes in a straight line behind you, but rather it's essentially a clone of the green shells, or the triple green shell / triple red shells. Only difference is that you can't do much with triple bananas, so actually made it worse. So triple bananas went from something that's different from triple green shells, but now it's not just similar to it, except you can't move it forward or backward. Well, you can throw it backwards, and how it stays instead of just moving forward. So it's really no longer that good. But at least not Mario Kart DS, where red shells are horribly or OP by just going to the side of the opponent instead of behind where it should be. But that I digress. But really, also kind of a strange thing that despite how they nerfed a lot of items and how they imbalanced a lot of items, especially up front, it's actually a game that's perfectly safe to stick around in first place, all things considered. Because when you go online, right? You go, for example, a good 12 people online, well, including you. But you probably noticed that it's relatively safe to stick around in first place. And if you go further down, it doesn't really affect you. Mostly because the blue shells has been nerfed as well, so that you don't take that long to actually go back to stick around in first. However, the main thing is how. Here's the thing: which is harder, sticking around in first place or getting out of the middle sections? Because the middle sections are the most insane part of Mario Kart 8. When you go from depending on where you are, let's say that there's a huge crowd between, let's say, 5th and I don't know, 8th place, like 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th place, just the same 3 or 4 people trying to constantly wrestle each other for whoever gets to stay the 5th place spot. It's insane. It gets even more insane because that's where all the action is, and because of that, it's all relatively safe to stick on first or stick on last. Really, mostly because other male sections just be more insane. And granted, you see a little bit of that in Wii 7, but not to the extent of Mario Kart 8, or not to be more as noticeable in Mario Kart 8. This is why I don't like Mario Kart 8 that as much as DS, because, well, granted, like functionally, it's much better than Mario Kart DS. I mean, if I count my favorite Mario Kart based on how they function, is my favorite Mario Kart game is whatever the recent one is, because Mario Kart keeps making game mechanics in general much better and better at each game. For example, the 64 one's much better than the SNES one. The Super Circuit one is the same as the Super Mario Kart, so Double Dash is infinitely better than the Super Circuit. And then DS is about as good as Mario Kart Double Dash, except it had online. It was on HAD, because, it had online, which kind of bumps up a bit. Mario Kart Wii's online has better Mario Kart DS online. Well, granted, because supposedly Mario Kart DS is the first Nintendo game ever to have online, so it by default had to be something bad. But also, the game's much smoother. There are more characters. The bikes, which are greatly OP. But that being said, Mario Kart 7 seems better than Mario Kart Wii, mostly because it isn't just Mario Kart DS, but better. It's a lot more than that. Some game mechanics have changed, and also the removal of some really bad items, the Mushroom Cloud, and that's sort of the other thing. And plus, the online is, if I heard, really, really darn good, because due to the communities and stuff. And Mario Kart 8, granted, has communities as well, but again, functionally, due to how stage mechanics work, it's much better. Also, kind of like Mario Kart 8 in general is how they didn't make bikes OP. They made every car as good as it should be, which is pretty nice. Like I kind of like the fact they nerfed inward drift, but granted, I don't like inward drift in general, so that doesn't really help much. Granted, when my brother plays this game, he actually still likes the inward drift bikes, so he still likes inward drift bikes. So there we go. I think that's all I need to say. Now, for courses, not for the main thing, the courses themselves. Here's the thing, while there are relatively almost perfect courses, I'm going to show Mount Wario here, because I had a couple of comments about, like, why did I not put 3 stars in Mount Wario, giving me, I should give it 3 stars. Here's the thing, I really only count 3 stars as my favorite courses. Like, I know I'm biased like that, but hey, who isn't biased? But the thing is, because I like Mario Kart Stadium more, and I give it 2 stars, why would I give Mount Wario 2? Why would I give Mount Wario 3? Also granted that, yes, Mount Wario is the most popular Mario Kart 8 course currently, and for good reason, and I don't blame you. I would choose Mount Wario if I had a chance. But here's the thing. This is part why I don't like some courses, in that I know it's really like kind of a nitpick, but I don't like the fact it's named Mount Wario. Because yeah, granted, but it kind of names kind of arbitrary. But would Wario host an Olympic Games style event? No, he wouldn't. This isn't something Wario would do. This is kind of why I take issue with Daisy Circuit and Daisy Cruiser. Mostly because, why would Daisy have a boat? Or why would Daisy have a port town? Granted, with Daisy Circuit, it makes sense given Daisy Cruiser, but that's just saying. But why would Daisy have that? I don't know. I mean, at least with like DK Mountain Friends, at least that makes sense because Donkey Kong's a jungle guy. Well, the gorilla, granted. So it makes kind of sense given Donkey Kong. But for Wario, not so much. For Wario's Gold Mine, it makes sense because it fits Wario, but not Mount Wario. If it was not named Mount Wario, it was named something generic. I don't know what to name it. I'm not good with names. But if it were to name something else that fits the Olympic Games themed, I would definitely call it 3 stars because it's it's great. It's what it needs to be. But of course, I prefer Mario Kart Stadium more, mostly because of Mario Kart Stadium embraces the theme of Mario Kart 8 more than any other course, and this is why I like it so much. If you're considering how kind of bland a lot, if not all of the first courses are, so yeah, it says a lot. So, what any other courses? Well, I do find a few of the courses kind of but really a lot of courses seem to be a lot average. But then again, a lot of courses are average, so that's saying a lot. But is it the best? Is it the best Mario Kart game? Arguably, but yeah, just arguably, because it doesn't have the best roster. Well, the DLC adds Link, so Link can redeem the entire roster when he comes out. But until Link comes out, the roster makes Mario Kart 7's roster look good, and that's saying a lot. But at least Nintendo's trying to get some DLC going, so that's gonna thing about change. Because I mean, first Mario Kart did to get online, but now Mario Kart 8 we got downloadable content, which is something unprecedented by Nintendo up until now. So that's actually something that's really interesting. And since now we have more DLC courses and DLC characters, it kind of adds a lot more to Mario Kart 8. Will it be the best game? Probably. Again, arguably. But do I think it's the best? Functionally, yes. But for some parts of it, I don't like. Some parts, I still prefer Mario Kart DS over, mostly because of what Mario Kart DS stands for. But overall, I do find Mario Kart 8 very enjoyable. So definitely much more enjoyable than Mario Kart Wii. Heck, I barely touched Mario Kart 7 since I got Mario Kart 8. And speaking of Mario Kart 7, I really hope Nintendo does the DLC thing with Mario Kart 7 as well. If you're considering the new 3DS, they could probably add a new version of Mario Kart 7, Capcom style, probably. I hope if I had a choice, I'd probably make them update Mario Kart 7 Capcom style just for the new 3DS. Add a lot more stuff to it, and maybe add DLC properties, or maybe just add DLC to Mario Kart 7 as is. So, because Mario Kart 7 is definitely not Smash 3DS when it comes to processing power, but we could probably be adding more to it without losing a lot of load time, that sort of thing. So that sort of thing. Okay, so I really have nothing else more to say on Mario Kart 8, because Mario Kart 8 in general is a great game. The courses are fine. Some courses are amazing. Some courses, like Bone Dry Dunes, are kind of no. But all in all, I definitely enjoy playing Mario Kart 8. I probably will enjoy Mario Kart 8 more even now. So yeah, that's it for Mario Kart 8. How are we gonna deal with the retro courses since they're not out by the time I did this? I'm gonna do something different, Mark, with the retro courses. You'll just see what how I'm gonna do it. But let's just say this: I'm only gonna do the replay. I'm gonna show the replay. I'm only gonna show the changes between the retro course and the main course. Of course, I'll put a link description or whatever on each of the courses on the main course, and on the video on the main course, I'll put annotation whatever for the retro course, as makes sense. For the new courses, the DLC courses, I will not start making a DLC course until January. I know this is October when this comes out, when this video comes out, but I'm not going to do it until January, mostly because I don't know. I'm just kind of sick of making too many videos all at once right now. So, plus I want to get enough time to actually know the first DLC pack. So, there you go. So I'm not gonna do the new courses until January, and of course when the one in May comes out, I won't do it until much later. I don't know when it's gonna be because it hasn't come out yet. Nor do I not know any plans for that around that time. So that's it for Mario Kart 8 in general. So see you guys later for some other videos, including the retro courses and the end of the Wi-Fi.